Okay, now that we have shown how to put on the arm tefillin, we're going to move on to the head. The head tefillin is on the right side of the bag. I took it out. Take the straps off of the head tefillin. Take it out of the box. It's a holy item, custom to kiss the batim, the bayit, the house of the scrolls. Okay, you'll notice, as we mentioned, we'll send out the laws again. You'll see these compartments inside of the box. The head tefillin has 4 compartments. The hand tefillin, you'll notice, is just one solid box. It has one scroll inside. The head tefillin has 4 boxes that are glued together, brought together, each one containing one scroll, one of the 4 passages on each independent scroll inside of the 4 chambers or compartments of the bayit, of the house, and then you have the letter Shin on either side, which is the first letter of one of God's names. And then what you want to do is make sure, again, the straps are straight, are not twisted, and the skin part, the non-black part, is on the inside. No twists, no ties, so that part is the part that rests against your hair. And then you want to grab the tefillin through the rings, through the hole over here, even on each side, and bring that over your head. Make sure there's no, if you're wearing a kippah in the front, wherever it is on your head, you should have a kippah on when you're doing tefillin. Make sure that the kippah is not blocking the surface of the bottom surface of the head tefillin. And then what I do is, once I feel it's comfortable on my head, before I tighten the sides, I make the blessing. So the blessing on the head tefillin, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al mitzvat tefillin. Okay, and then I tighten the straps to get the tefillin tight and solid on my head. This isn't, swerving around or loosening. I'm going to go check in the mirror in a second to make sure it's straight, and we'll talk about that in a moment. And then I take the straps, I run my thumb and index finger behind my head to make sure that the straps are straight. You want, as I mentioned, the black part to be facing outward. I have a custom to put the straps into my belt loops so that the straps don't turn, but it's not a requirement, just an extra security. So again, the blessing, Asher kiddushanu Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher kiddushanu, that God commanded me on the mitzvah of tefillin. That's the tefillin shel rosh. And the moment that I tightened the tefillin around my head, that's the moment that I've fulfilled the Torah's, the biblical commandment of ulatotafot bein einecha, to have a totafot between the eyes. And the commentaries explain totafot is this box that has these compartments, these chambers in it. I'm just going to go look in the mirror very quickly to make sure it's straight, and we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so I noticed when I looked in the mirror that it was slightly off, and now I just straightened it. There's a little trick, like the rock-on signal. You can put your 2 fingers like this, the crevice in between my 2 fingers on my nose, and I run that up straight. That will give you a straight line and make sure that the edge of the boxes, the edge of the box in your head, is in between your eyes. Now, when we say in between your eyes, in the Bible, the Torah says bein einecha, between the eyes. It doesn't mean the inner part of the eyes, it means the outer part of the eyes. So there's a bit of a range that you're allowed to have for the kosher fulfillment of tefillin of the head. That's okay if it's a little bit off, but the goal is to have it as centered as possible in order to fulfill the commandment. And the idea, of course, of tefillin is that the head tefillin represents the mind, the intellect, the arm tefillin represents the heart, the emotions, and that we wear both because the intellect and the emotions have to join together, work together in order for us to live the best possible life. So the tefillin of the head represents that thoughtfulness, that they call the prefrontal cortex, where we make our decision making, and the arm tefillin, opposite the heart, the seat of our emotions. And the order always is hand tefillin up until the hand, head tefillin. I've done the 2 blessings, and now I can go back to finish tying the hand tefillin to complete the custom part of the tefillin, which is the running the straps around the hand, which I'll do it as in a third video. And but the main thing to remember is at this point, if you're short on time, I've actually fulfilled the two separate commandments of tefillin of the arm and the tefillin of the head. Just having them tightened around each of the arm and the head is, with even for 1 second of your day, you've fulfilled the daily commandment, the daily mitzvah of tefillin.